Welcome to my channel. Okay, so this is gonna be my first video, and it's gonna be a story time video on how I met my significant other and how we are now. Okay, let's get to it. So, back in 2017, I'm gonna say my sis, she had basically like hit me up. What was it like? Marchish. She came to me like, I want to get a roommate and all that, and I'm like, okay. And she sent me a couple people, and I'm just like, nah, no. And then so she sent me her, and I was like, let me see first, because I don't know who she hang with. And like, I'm little sis, but I'm big sis when it comes to stuff. So I was like, let me see. Girl, bye. I was like, let me see who it is. Stuff like that. So I seen her, and I'm like, let me make sure she like don't hang with nobody I don't like, stuff like that. Because if I'm gonna be around, I gotta, deal with whatever. So I said give it a few days, and so basically she was like, all right, and I'm like, okay, we could do it. So my sis was like, she want to come see the house, stuff like that. Come with me, and I'm like, bet, because I'm gonna see what she about, see all this, that, and the third. So we go, and she come in, and I'm doing all the talking, of course, and like I'm showing her the house and stuff, telling her what the rundown is and everything. And then like basically we get in the living room, and we all sitting around, and like first of all she came with another girl, and I was not on tip at first.
Oh
at
my
all.
God.
But she came with somebody, and so I'm like, okay, this must be her girlfriend and stuff. So I'm like making conversation with both, because I'm like, she gonna be around too. So like, So I'm introducing myself, making conversation. We talking about everything, and like, you gotta speed it up if you're gonna play music. And so just turn it all the way down, it's fine. And so faster. So we all like sitting around, and we all just talking, and like, of course, I'm not into females. That was never crossed my mind, none of that at all. And so they all just talking. I'm like, so y'all just all gay? Cause like my sis fuck with girls, she clearly fuck with girls, and I'm thinking that's her girlfriend. So I'm like, so y'all just all gay and stuff? Like, I don't see how y'all can do that. And then so like we all just get to talking about that nature and stuff like that. And like, I wasn't saying like I'm not against gay people. I have a lot of gay people in my family. A very close uncle that passed away was gay, so like, it just, I don't got a problem with it. I'm all for it all. So I'm like, I was just saying like, I don't see like how they can do it, stuff like that. And then I was just telling her I don't like little areas being touched on, tampered with, stuff like that. And she like, what? Like all in, like being extra. I peeped it, but I'm like, okay. And so then y'all left, and you can go ahead and start telling your first encounter with me. The first encounter. Your turn.
As far as the beginning
Mm-hmm.
So before I met her, actually, I was in like a little small place, going through some different situations, and I don't know, I was looking for a roommate because I had just got custody of my little brother. That's a story for another situation. Mm-hmm. But I had just got custody of my little brother. At the time, he was about 6-7 months maybe, and I had to leave my house because I had some stuff happen there. And at the time, I'm looking on Facebook, and somebody like tagged me under a status and was like, she looking for a roommate. So I inboxed her and was like, this is the situation, yada yada yada, I have a baby, this is what I come with. And basically she was like, all right, I'm all this. She was like, come. I was like, let me see the place first. I don't want to say yes to just anything. So I had to go look and see, And I went and see and walked in, and there she was. But it's so funny because I was in the car. I was like, oh, you see her? I was like, who is that? I was like, man, I want her. I said that. It was so funny. I said it. So as we go inside, they looking at Bruce, his little fat baby just sitting in the stroller.
Putting names in this. The baby.
The baby, he was just sitting in there, and they're like, oh, and she, it caught her eye. She like, he's so cute. Da, da, da. I said, yup. And she asked me a situation about how I got him, as well as her sister. and I was explaining my situation a little bit more versus on the internet. And I was just letting her know what was going on. And she was like, well, you can move in whenever. It's your choice, you know. But at the time, her sis wasn't really asking me no questions. It was her. She was just asking me everything because she didn't know what to ask me, I guess. But, you know, once we got cool and everything and we got the feel, she was like, you can move in whenever. This is your deposit, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, all right.
And so, what happened? Y'all left. Y'all got in the car.
Oh, we left and got in the car. I had
a conversation
with the girl that had took me to the room. It was not a girl I really knew. It was just a girl that gave me a ride. Like I said, at the time, I was at my lowest. So she had gave me a ride, gave her gas money. And I was just like, I like her. That was cool. And she was like, but she not gay. And I was like, man, I don't care. I was like, I don't care. Like, she talking about what she don't like, and I already know, like, nah, that ain't with it. But anyway, but yeah, so that's basically what happened so far with that situation.
So then, fast forward, I seen her another time. It was time for her to get her key made. So we had picked her up, and I had my youngest child with me, and I'm still conversating because I'm a real talkative person. I hate silence. Like, it drives me crazy. So I'm like, you know, I'm still making conversation. I'm making her feel comfortable because she is about to move with my sis, and like, you know, they gotta get to know each other somehow. So I'm like pushing conversation. We all talking, and stuff got brought up, but that's another conversation. So yeah, so then she get her key, and then she ended up moving in, but I don't remember exactly when.
It was like the next day, I think.
Okay, so she moved in a couple days after that.
Yeah, it was like, yeah.
But I was still dealing. I had my last dealing with my ex, like literally a couple of nights, maybe, I don't know, days, I don't know. But it was like a last encounter, and it was not the best. But anyway, so that happened, and it was brought up, and I'm just like, let me find out. Like, no, the fuck. Ooh, we're going But I'm like, no, this is not that. Like, I'm done with him. That's the situation in the past. Like, anyway, fast forward. We gave her the key, we left. She moved in, and then my nephew was there one day, and we was all leaving. And my sister had to work. I didn't know that she was watching him, or like right away, basically. But when I had like asked, like, okay, who watching my nephew and stuff, she let me know it was her. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna hit her up to check on him, because being me, I don't know you like that, sis. Not just so like I hit her up, and I'm like, hey, what my nephew doing? She like, he doing good, he being, you know, all that, and he doing good with the baby and stuff too. I'm like, yeah, he a good kid, you know, all that good stuff. But then she texts me like, what you doing? And I'm just like, what's that mean? So I let her know what I was doing and stuff, and then I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, she not flirting. So then she was like, I think it was raining.
I can't flirt.
I think it was raining outside. Part. So then I'm just like, yeah, nothing, just chilling and stuff like that. And she was like, yeah, it's real gloomy outside. And like, send like emojis with it and stuff. And I'm like, gloomy outside? Like, what's she on? And so I don't really remember all that conversation, but I kind of remember her asking questions like, have I ever let a female do anything? And I'm like, no, you know, stuff like that, like, not that far, you know. And in my head still, I'm just like, I never dealt with a female, and I never, you know, so I'm just like, and I grew up on certain beliefs. I know right from wrong, yes, but like, in that moment, we both met each other at like real vulnerable stages in our life. Not saying that there was a vulnerable situation, because it wasn't. But like when we met, we both was like, we ain't trying to get to relationships. Like, you know, if it happened, it happened. We both had the same mindset. Yeah, we both had the same mindset. Like, cause she was telling me she was single, and I was telling her, just got out of one, not trying to go back. You know, like, you know. So we both was on the same page. Like, we not trying to do that. So like, I'm like, no, she can't be flirting with me. Like, we just had a conversation about this, and so yeah. So she texts me the little gloomy little stuff, and I'm just like, hey, like, what is she on? So the conversation ended up getting like, you know, more and more, you know, crazy. And so yeah, so we're gonna fast forward the conversation again. You could tell me how it went from you when I checked on my nephew.
I don't know, I was sitting there bored, and it was just crazy because I just got ding. I was like, what? Who is this? And she was like, how Bubba doing? I was like, hope you doing good, how you doing, because like I said, my goal was to try to get her, but I knew she wasn't gonna go that easy, So, we talking, we throwing conversation at each other. It's going. I'm saying it's going. Quick, ding, 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 back and forth. And then I think probably like the next night, maybe they had like a little get together, kickback, like little.
We was already texting.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
It was like
okay. So yeah, I'm gonna get back to this. So yeah, so then I guess that happened. It was a kickback, supposed to be, but like nobody really came. It was me, my cousins, and my sis, and like we all in the living room. We all turned up. I'm a turned up queen. Period. And so like we all in the living room, we hyping it.
And I'm always going to bed early.
She go to bed early. She was going to bed early when she had moved in. Like I'm like, girl, we be up. What is you doing? And so so she came out, and I'm like, I'm being funny, and like I see her walk by, and I'm like, I'm coming in your bed tonight, but like now on that, because she was flirting in the beginning, but it wasn't that much flirt to the point where I'm gonna say I'm going to your bed type stuff. Like I was just like making it as a joke to see her response and all that, and she was laughing and all that, and we all dancing, we all having fun. We made her dance and like stuff like that, and she twerked for us. But anyway, so yeah, I said my little comments, and we're gonna fast forward that.
Shit.
I don't stop cussing. I don't know the time frame of everything that went on, but like I'm gonna fast forward it a little bit because I don't remember. But I was spending nights over there because I was taking my sister back and forth to work and stuff, helping her out while her car was down or whatever. And we started getting closer. I know we was texting one day, and like she did not go to bed early this night that I came back over there, and I'm like, why is she still up? Like she on that. And so, like, she was, like, sitting on the couch, and even my sister was on some, like, yo, everything. You only stand up because Ty here. And I'm like, she on to something. And so, we all just sitting out there, and, yeah, later on that night, I was, like, going to the bathroom. She met me at the door. Boom, boom. So, the next day... I'm on the couch because, like, I'm very weird, y'all. I'm so weird when it comes to, like, little situations.
And went on the couch.
Then that was the most fastest situation I ever been in, and it was just so unexpected. It was so unplanned.
She don't mean fast like that, though.
It was fast.
No, not like that fast.
You was irritating. But anyway, how fast everything moved, I was like, okay, like, I gotta reflect. So, like, and I'm weird. I don't like laying around in bed with people. I just like to go. And, like... kind of weird, but forget it ever happened for the moment. So like she come out the room the next morning, and like I'm laying there, but like it dawned on me that happened. So I'm like, bro, like I just threw the cover back over my head. Like, why is she looking at me like that? And so then she texts me while I'm out there, like, good morning, and I'm just like, good morning, GM. Probably I probably hit her with the GM. I probably hit you with a GM. And then she was just like, last night was, and I'm just like, chill. But we know. And so, yeah, I don't like talking about stuff when it happened, after it happened and stuff. So I was just like, whatever it case may be, you can tell your story on that part, on that night, and then the next day, how you think it went.
I mean, I gotta keep it PG, so
very.
How it happened is basically like we was sitting down, like we was chilling for a long time, like talking, conversation, wait for the house to calm down, simmer down, you know what I'm talking about? At that point it was just me and her. I don't know. It's hard to say. Basically,
she was on that.
I had to show her a few things because it's some things she said that she just didn't know about because, we got some scaries in her life, But anyway, yeah. So basically, that went down. By the next day, it was crazy because she was hiding, didn't really want to talk about it, So I had to ask her, I think I asked her, like, why you got the cover over your face?
That's
And
awkward.
she was just looking at me, you know. And at the time, nobody knew. You know what I mean? It was just me and her.
Yeah, nobody.
It was about us. It was
Nobody
just,
at all knew. Like, I ain't tell
nothing was
nobody.
involved.
Because everybody know I'm a little, you know, so I didn't want to just be all like telling everybody my stuff. Like, I was very private about it because I didn't even believe that was even going to happen. But it happened. Period. Okay. So, fast forward. It kept happening. So, a lot. So, and like, it was making me like her because I was dealing with a lot at home. My ex was still staying there. And so when I go home, I have to like deal with him being very strange, very weird, like
she was going home
all in my face.
All on her.
It's kids. Anyway, all in my face. All in my face, like, you know, just being weird. And I'm just like, dude, in your head, you broke up with me. So, like, sir, chill, like this. And then I wasn't expecting me to, like, move on. It wasn't just like a move on thing, but like the more he was doing crazy stuff, the more it was like pushing me to over there. That was my peace. Like, you know, I deal with my life during the day, get the kids to bed at night, and then I'm skirt, you know, pulling up over there. Plus, it was my sis crib, and like they was working together and stuff. So like I'll already be over there in the bed waiting on her to go to bed when she get there to go to sleep, you know. And so like she was just like being my peace a lot through all of that. And it was weird for me because I'm like, I ain't really catching feelings for a chick. But she not the average chick, you know. So, like, I'm in my head, I'm just, like, trying to cope with all this. Because I'm like, it's just so much going on. Like, I really took that next leap. And it wasn't a little leap. It was a big leap. Like, and so, I was fighting my demons, y'all. And, yeah, so, like, what happened after that? What did you do that got me, like, mad at you? I forgot what it was, but she did something. I don't remember exactly what it was. And, I don't know, that kind of got in my feelings. It was like, I don't know, she was in her room, I was in the living room, and I made a post. Did I make a post? Mm-hmm. And then she came out there like, what is wrong with you? And I'm just like, no, like, you know, gone.
Basically, she didn't, the feelings that she was feeling towards me, she never felt it before, so she was kind of scared.
I just didn't want
to. So she made a
and then I didn't want to be in a relationship already again, but I like the way everything was going. I knew that's the route that it was going. I don't even think we had made it official yet either. We were just like,
she came to me because I didn't think that's what she wanted, because she told me that's not what she wanted.
And she said the same thing.
I mean, no, yeah, she already knew what I want done, because, you know, I look at her.
Anyway,
you know what I'm saying?
That's not how it went.
Yes, it was, because she already knew what I wanted. I said I wanted to get her in the beginning, but at the end of the day, I already knew, like, it was either I get her or I don't, you know what I mean? Or it's either I get her and it's not that, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you know.
So yeah, so basically, nice. In the midst of all that, we ended up talking that night, and I was real with her, and I was telling her, like, I think, like, you know, feelings is definitely getting involved. I was on the verge of, like, what should we do? I was going headed towards that. But, like, I don't remember when we kind of, like, really started getting back to talking about that. So after that, we would just text every day, talk every day, checking on the babies, checking on my kids. We just, you know, getting to know each other more outside of what had already happened. And I wasn't ready to, like, be so let everybody in to let everybody know what was going on with us, because it was like it happened quick. Like, everything happened so fast. Like, I didn't want to bring her around. My older two, my youngest one was like,
I didn't meet her
yet.
Kids probably like 2 years down. I swear
not
to you,
years.
it was like maybe a year, maybe
but
a year. It's like once the baby turned a year, it was like I met, because she did his first birthday, you know, for him. So like that's when I really started to like meet everybody.
Yeah, I was still like just trying to figure everything out, and then me and her was never a secret. I'm gonna put that out there now for the people who do think that and did think that. It was never a secret. We wasn't official yet, but we were still trying to figure it out.
I'm not even like, it was a very hard time for her when she felt the way she felt. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It was very emotional for her.
In 2 long-term relationships.
It wasn't that she was sad. It was just, it was a different feeling.
And I was dealing with my crazy ex blowing me up all hours of the night.
On top of
jumping on my car when I'm trying to leave.
She calling me like, he on my car, I can't leave.
Like, it was to the point I had to leave out without no shoes on, because he was
she'll
just
show up with no shoes. She'll barely have her purse together. Like, I swear, like,
it was just I was just going through so much, and I didn't think that I needed to let everybody know, like, I'm grown, you know. But eventually, I got into it with my sister girlfriend. I'm not gonna put her name in it. I barely want to put her in my little story time. But it ended up going out on the internet. Like, basically, people was going around saying I was messing with 2 people at one time. That was not the case at all. That was our last time before, like I said earlier in the story time. And like, it was just going around like a lot of like weird stuff. And I was just thinking like I get it's not y'all business, so I don't have to let y'all know what I'm going through. But like, I always kept it 100 with her, no matter what. I'm like, y'all can think what y'all want about me, y'all can say what y'all want about me, but as long as I'm being completely honest, she knew everything. Like, she knew I was going home, but I barely was going home.
When the
like,
phone was blowing up against the wall. Oh
but it's
God.
like I barely was even going home. Like, when we met, we was just inseparable, and like we didn't have time to build so much of a relationship. It was more like it was half relationship and like friendship. But like we just like clicked like that. You know, I don't have many friends in my life, and like she don't have many friends in her life. So like it just became as one. Like, it just became a thing. So then like so stuff ended up happening. She had to leave and she had to move out, and so then she moved out. We was both crying that day.
Man, it was so.
We was crying because I'm like, dang, like we just
it wasn't
started.
even that. It was a situation with the baby too.
Oh wait, we went too far. Rewind.
Yeah.
So
that day,
my sis ex came up to town for a couple of, I want to say 2 weeks at the most, but like she was there and stuff, and like she's so goofy, y'all. She like real silly and like cool, all that good stuff. And so like she was always goofy and joking when it came to me. So she was like, tie this, tie that, and she'll be like going crazy, like chill. And she was like, dang, you crazy about her? Like, every time she'll do something, like she'll be trying to swing the girl. She's so short, y'all.
She
trying
dropped
to
the
fling
hot
her.
Cheeto between her titties,
Like,
y'all.
your mouth.
I'm sorry. In between her boobs. I'm sorry. This is her first video, so it's a lot of things I say that it gonna get blurred out. But anyway, yes, dropped it and then grabbed it, y'all. It ate it.
Anyway, she was real funny. Like, she always was.
That's funny, y'all.
Yes.
Any other nigga would have knocked her ass the fuck out.
Mouth. And so anyway, you done talking. So yeah, so then she was just like, "Damn, you so crazy about Ty. You I bet you love her, don't you? You love her." And then I'm like, I never heard her say it, so I'm like, "Do you?" Like, we all like, stop. And she was like, dang, you just gonna put me on the spot like that? And I'm like, so... And yeah, it kind of came out like that. And it's crazy, though, because, like, we'll text sometimes. And, like, she'll be checking on me and stuff throughout the day. I'm, like, hitting her up. And then, like, we'll talk about something. And then, like, she'll say something sweet. And I just want to be like, all right, love you. But I'm like, too soon. Delete. So I wouldn't send it like that. And then when I had told her, like, it's crazy because I'd be wanting to say that, but it's like I didn't want to like scare her because I told y'all everything happened so fast. Like, everything was just happening so fast. So yeah, that happened. Found out, you know, she loved me, because who wouldn't? But yeah. So like, I think we got really official when she had moved out. But yeah, you can go ahead and add to the story if you want.
Like, carry on. Carry on. Add on to it.
Just add on, because basically when you moved out, we got more official, but a lot of stuff still was happening.
Yeah, it was only really like, I think it was her cousin she trusted the most that really knew, like, they were really close. Like, she told her.
Yeah, I had to tell her because I'm like, girl,
of how she felt about the whole situation. Everybody else was literally clueless. I'm not kidding you, like.
But was curious too, like.
Yeah, like.
They could tell Tia liked me and stuff like that, but like, it was just not their business. And then like, I felt like at the end of the day, as you get older, even younger, you're gonna meet a lot of people, and like, love is love at the end of the day. Like, I don't knock nobody from loving who you love, no matter what. Like, this situation was not planned overnight. We didn't meet each other like, oh, we finna do this, we finna love you, we finna do all that. Like, that never was the case. A lot of my relationships never was planned, besides the ones that didn't work. But yeah, so like, I feel like, what?
It's so funny.
For real though. So yeah, that was basically how we met, and it was at my sister's house. Like, you know, my sister, like I said, asked, and I'm just like, let me see what she about.
We went from spending every night together, from spending, oh my gosh, long in the car, because when I moved, I had like a little curfew, you know, I had to respect the rules. So, you know, we had, when I say long nights, I'm not even lying to you, long nights.
And when she was gone and I was at home, it brought a lot of stuff out. Like, we was both just going through crazy times, and we just was like missing that, like missing spending the night with each other, missing. And like, I had my situation. I wasn't living with my own house yet either when she was staying where she was staying. I was still at my mom's. We was on the same like little lease and stuff. So like, there was a lot of people already living there and stuff. So it's like we wouldn't have no quality time anyway if we wanted to. So like, everything we did, we had to like chill in the car for a while. That was the worst, and I feel like it brought the worst out of us too. It didn't really make us stronger. You would think situations like that would make us stronger, but one thing I have learned about dealing with a female is so much different than like with a dude. You want that every day. You want the clinginess. You want him all up on you, like. But she do it every day, and it's like I was like, Now some of this stuff I wasn't prepared for. Like, she a Leo. My ex. He was a Leo, and I know how he used to be, and she the opposite, but almost they still the same. Like, she was very emotional, over emotional about everything, and I'm just like, dang, like, I used to cry a lot, and they used to tell me like, why do you cry? Shut up. And I'm like, man, like, I feel it now. Like, but it's still a whole nother different ball game with her. It's like, it wasn't, the tears wasn't so much like wimpish. It had a meaning behind it all. But like, yeah, we went through a lot. And like a year later, we kind of like called it quits a little bit. And it wasn't a year. Like I said, this whole relationship just like fumed. Like, it went quick. But like, so was it like 6 months, 7 months later, we had kind of like called it quits for a minute. That's another story time. But she stayed with me for like a day, and she was up the next day. And like I said, a lot of stuff still was messing with our relationship. Like, it wasn't it. And we let a lot of people in that didn't deserve to be in. And I was still dealing with a lot in my real life, like outside of her. Because like, when I'm with her, nothing even mattered besides my kids. But like, when I go back to my reality world, it's like bye. So like, yeah, we went through a lot. We ended up splitting up for a minute, and then yeah, she ended up hitting me up. We're having the same sister that she was staying with hit me up. Like, she want to talk to you. She just asked me, to hit you up, and I'm like, what she want? Like,
And at the time, I had my own place. I was in a better place.
She was.
I was working on getting it furnished and everything. Of course, when she came into my life, she helped me with that.
Period.
But, I had majority of my stuff together, and that's when, she came in. And
don't get me wrong,
that's when I became more involved with the boys.
Yeah, that's
definitely when I really was hands-on.
And when we fell off, like, her baby brother was still very much so a part of like our life still. Like, I checked on him through my mom. I'm like, my mom, that's granny to him and all that good stuff. So like, I still very much so checked on him. It wasn't really that much bad blood after everything happened. Like, it happened. Stuff happened in life. Like, I've been through so much. Stuff don't happen. It's gonna continue to happen. But like, we kind of like bounced back from that situation. It wasn't easy in the beginning though, when I started going back around her and stuff, but like, it wasn't easy for a long time actually. But I kind of like got over it, and then we just like moved forward. And like, after my birthday,
but when we did meet each other, she definitely got that feeling again.
It was like
she was scared, but she didn't want to do
it was kind of almost like being away from somebody you didn't know you missed till you got around. But then she got back being annoying like quick too.
I'm not annoying.
Yeah, she got back being annoying very fast too. But like, I was just like, when I seen her, I didn't know whether to be mad, to be sad, to be like, oh, or like, anything. She like, give me a kiss. I'm like, wait, what? Girl, know where your lips been? Like, no. But that's another story too. Anyway, yeah, so that's how we met. And yeah, we still hanging in there. It's 2021 now, but we still hanging in there. Yeah. So, in November this year, what we going on? I mean, we made it official back in 2017 in April. but then like we broke up. I believe it the next year, right? The next year, and then we fell back. You know, got back. We made it official after my birthday, like November 10th, 11ish, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. And then yeah, so my birthday coming up again too. Hers coming up, so we just been with each other, right?
Yes, it's been a long journey.
And I'm not perfect, but
Y'all know I'm not perfect, obviously.
yeah. So
Okay.
anyway, do you like this our story time? So if we start getting more subscribers, I'm definitely gonna start throwing more like story times out and whatnot. I just want people to watch, and if I know y'all watching, I can give y'all so much more. Cause I like when I say I got like this much, even more to give and to talk about. And yeah, I just want some likes and subscribers and definitely views. Like I really want y'all to just show me that y'all watching it, so I can keep throwing stuff out there. I don't want to be just talking to myself, even though I can get used to this. I'm just so yeah. You got anything else to say?
No, I hope you guys hit the subscribe button.
Subscribe. Period.
What she said. And I hope you guys start watching her videos more.
You can cue the camera off. All right. Bye.